Welcome, dear viewers, to another episode of Terrifying Tales. We're delving into horror lore, exploring tales that haunt nightmares. Journey with us to rural Tennessee, 19th century, to an innocent family, a peaceful home, and a malevolent force. The tale of the Bell Witch. Have you ever wondered if there's a malevolent force that defies death, hell-bent on revenge? Picture this, the early 19th century rural Tennessee, the unsuspecting Bell family living their quiet lives. Unbeknownst to them, they were about to cross paths with a force so malevolent it would echo through the annals of horror lore. This entity, this spectre of terror, would come to be known as the Bell Witch. Their peaceful homestead was about to become a living nightmare. In the summer of 1817, a chilling darkness began to loom over the Bell family. As the murderous summer sun bore down on their humble farm, a foreboding sense of malevolence began to creep into their once serene existence. A creature, a sinister amalgamation of a rabbit and a dog, like something spawned from a hellish nightmare, was seen lurking in the shadowy fields of corn. It was a sight that scoffed at the laws of nature, casting a long, dark shadow of terror that smothered the entire family. The days became suffocating with a palpable sense of fear, and the nights were rife with a grotesque eeriness. Whispers from the unseen and faint, unsettling sounds began to reverberate through their rustic home amidst the deep, death-like silence of the nights. These whispers, slight yet insidious, felt like an icy breath on their necks, triggering goosebumps that racked their bodies. The sounds, equally disturbing, were of an unheard and strange nature, fueling the family's escalating dread. With each passing day, the disturbances became more unnerving, more potent, filling every conscious moment with a creeping sense of doom. The inexplicable mutated into the horrifying, the unusual morphed into the grotesque, the strange transformed into blood-curdling terror. They felt watched, hunted, trapped in the merciless grasp of an entity they couldn't comprehend or ward off. The tormentor, now known as the Bell Witch, revelled in the escalating terror. This unseen force, this ghostly spectre, became a malevolent protagonist in their life, her malignant influence seeping into the very fabric of their home. John Bell, the once stoic patriarch, became the recipient of frequent, vicious physical onslaughts. The attacks were violent, sudden, and without mercy, leaving him bruised and battered, a testament to the witch's sadistic delight. Inexplicable gashes and livid purple contusions distorted his skin, undeniable proof of the witch's wrath. His face, once a symbol of strength, was now a canvas of agony and fear, a silent scream for respite from the relentless horror. His youngest child, Betsy, was not spared either. The innocent girl turned into another toy for the sinister entity. She was often violently awoken by razor-sharp slaps and cruel hair-pulling. Her screams, filled with sheer terror, would slice through the silence of their once tranquil home, reverberating through the halls like a gruesome symphony of fright. Their existence had warped into a living hell, their lives no longer their own. Their once peaceful home mutated into a stage for the witch's malevolent games, a terrifying theatre of the supernatural that held them captive. Sleep became a luxury, laughter a distant echo, and peace a forsaken memory. Every day was a test of courage, every night a horrific saga. Prayers became their only solace, a flicker of hope in their world shrouded in darkness. But the entity remained remorseless, her torment endless. The spectre, her intentions chillingly clear. This was not a random haunting, nor was it a lost spirit trapped in the realm of the living. It was a merciless attack, a calculated onslaught. It had a target, and the Bell family was in its line of fire. The entity, now known as the sinister Bell Witch, had an agenda that was as obscure as it was terrifying. It had handpicked its victims with a focus that was so purposeful it was nothing short of blood-curdling. The witch's malevolent gaze was fixated on two unsuspecting souls in the Bell household, the patriarch John Bell and his innocent, tender daughter Betsy. The witch bore an extraordinarily personal vendetta against John Bell. Its animosity against him was profound, almost as if it was personal. Its attacks were relentless, fueled by a chilling determination that was as spine-shivering as it was crystal clear. It was after his very life. For what felt like an eternity, the Bell family was subjugated to this relentless tormentor. They forced into a nightmare, having to endure the whims and the wicked sense of humour of this uninvited guest. The witch revelled in their fear, committing cruel pranks and taking perverse pleasure in terrorising the family for its own sadistic amusement. As each year turned into the next, the pranks took a turn for the worse, escalating into frightful physical assaults that levelled up the terror. The malevolent entity took a step further, inflicting physical harm on John, longer just frightening him, but causing him excruciating physical torment. The who used to be the backbone of the family was now reduced to a feeble figure, often seen gasping for breath, his face twisted in an agony that was too horrific to behold. Each attack was worse than the one before. The entity, it seemed, was systematically debasing him, eroding his strength, one horrific attack at a time. And what about young Betsy? Sweet, innocent Betsy was to horrifying episodes, brutal attacks that seemed to suck the very vitality out of her. The witch seemed to derive a sick pleasure from their suffering, relishing their despair. The entity was methodically shattering their morale, breaking their will to resist. Then shone the beacon of hope, the announcement engagement. It was a spark of joy in the darkness, a glimmer of happiness during their relentless torture. But the witch, relentless in its pursuit, allegedly destroyed it. The dissonant voice of the entity filled their home, echoing through every nook and cranny, torturing the doomed lovers until ultimately the engagement was cruelly cancelled. Their joy was replaced with sorrow, their happiness with despair, their beacon of hope was cruelly snuffed out. The family was left shattered, their lying in pieces, their spirits crushed. The engagement that once promised an escape from their horror was now another ghost haunting their house. Each attempt to rid themselves of this demon seemed pointless. Their every effort seemed to be in vain. They were caught in an endless nightmare. In 1820, the unimaginable happened. John Bell, the patriarch of the family, was found lifeless, a vial of unidentifiable liquid nearby. The witch's voice, echoing throughout the house with a satisfaction that ran cold, proclaimed, "I gave old Jack a dose of that last night which fixed him." The witch had finally achieved its ominous goal. It had taken John Bell's life, fulfilling its chilling promise. In the wake of John's demise, the otherworldly haunting came to an abrupt halt, but the blood-curdling saga of the Bell Witch refused to perish. The ill-fated Bell family, who had lived in ceaseless terror under the shadow of this spectral being, found an uncanny calm descending upon them, severing them from the relentless hold of the vile spirit. The corridors that once echoed with the spectral footfalls were now eerily silent. The whispers that used to hang heavy in the midnight air were conspicuously absent. It felt as though the spirit had fulfilled its horrifying mission, leaving the survivors of the Bell family to exist in a deceptive tranquility. However, the witch's presence could never be wholly obliterated. Her story trickled down through the generations, her tale evolving into a terrifying warning of the supernatural. Over the centuries, there have been numerous claims of her ghostly resurgence. Each occurrence leaves behind a bone-chilling coldness, an unspoken testament to the horror she once unleashed. Descendants residing in the region have spoken in fear-stricken tones about the repetition of those spectral footsteps in the hallway, about the biting wind that seems to carry her name. Children would tremble while sharing tales of the terror that consumed them when they heard the disembodied voice in the inky blackness. All these reports seem to feed the legend of the Bell Witch, immortalizing her in local folklore. It appeared the witch was not satisfied with just tormenting the Bell family. She had morphed into an enduring symbol of fear, a sinister folklore that has given birth to an uncountable number of horror stories and films. From the icy tales of the Bell Witch haunting to the spine-tingling horror film An American Haunting, her story has been recounted time and again, each retelling striking raw dread into the souls of its listeners. The Bell Witch is much more than a phantom's tale. She is a horrifying representation of the inexplicable, the paranormal, the terrifying unknown. Her story compels us to face our darkest fears, to challenge our perception of the world around us. Does a realm exist beyond our own? Do beings lurk in the shadows, beings we are unable to comprehend? As for the identity and motives of the Bell Witch, theories abound. Some suggest she was a wrathful spirit, wronged in life and seeking vengeance in death. Perhaps she was a spurned woman betrayed by the man she loved, or maybe she was a jealous sibling seeking retribution for a perceived injustice. Some propose she was the spirit of an innocent woman falsely accused of witchcraft, her spirit seeking payback for her untimely death. Others conjecture she was a malevolent entity, birthed from sheer evil. A demon may be sent to torment the living. The truth perhaps is forever shrouded in the fog of time. The Bell Witch remains a riddle, a ghost story that continues to stalk our dreams. Her tale, passed down through the ages, continues to send chills down the spine of those who hear it. The story of the Bell Witch is a narrative of terror, of a haunting that has etched an indelible scar on of horror, an unresolved mystery that continues to both intrigue and horrify. A story that reminds us of the potency of fear, the exhilaration of the unknown. The tale of the Bell Witch, like the spectral being herself, refuses to be extinguished. It ensnares us, coercing us to face our deepest fears, to question our comprehension of the world around us. The Bell Witch, a narrative of terror or an unresolved enigma. One thing remains clear. The haunting etched a scar that still reverberates through the history of horror. Even though the Bell Witch may have ceased its haunting, the echoes of its terror still linger, reverberating through the hushed whispers of those who dare to recount the tale. The spectral entity that was once confined to the Bell family's residence has transcended the barriers of time and geography, infiltrating the realm of modern horror. The witch's story has been reimagined and retold, her spectral presence casting a ghastly shadow over countless horror stories and films, making her a timeless symbol of fear. The fascination and fear of the Bell Witch have permeated popular culture, exhibiting a grip that refuses to loosen. From the eerie corridors of literature to the dimly lit screens of cinema, her presence has been inescapable. The haunting tale has been illustrated in numerous forms: books, films, series, and even podcasts, each narrating a chilling rendition of the original story, further fueling the intrigue and dread surrounding the Bell Witch. The Bell Witch Cave, located near the original Bell property in Adams, Tennessee, has become a popular tourist attraction. The cave, said to be the dwelling place of the witch, continues to keep the story alive. Visitors from all over the world venture into the eerie cave, seeking a taste of the terror the Bell family once endured. The cave's chilling atmosphere, coupled with the spine-tingling tales of ghostly sightings and unexplained phenomena, serves as a haunting reminder of the witch's reign of terror. The Bell Witch, a chilling tale that continues to haunt us, reminding us of the thin line between reality and the supernatural. Her story serves as a stark reminder of the power that fear holds over us and how it can transform into a tale that transcends time, refusing to be buried in the annals of history. The echoes of the Bell Witch continue to linger, a testament to a haunting that refuses to be silenced. Voiceover. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Terrifying Tales. If our recounting of the chilling tale of the Bell Witch sent shivers down your spine, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. We are eager to hear your thoughts on the Bell Witch, so do leave us a comment. Your support helps us continue to delve into the darkest corners of horror lore, unearthing tales that will keep you up at night. It's your engagement that fuels our journey into the eerie world of the supernatural. Until next time, remember, the echoes of the Bell Witch linger on, a testament to the power of fear. Stay terrified, dear listeners, for the world of the unknown is vast and full of terrors. And remember, the next tale could be lurking just around the corner.